Are we witnessing the first consequences of technological developments in the workplace? What new developments are the latest digital advances bringing to our way of working? How are these changes being experienced by those in charge of organizing tasks? Hello, everyone! Lauren Johnson here to welcome you to another episode of our podcast dedicated to exploring the most relevant topics in the world of technology and its impacts on society. This time, we're focusing on how the latest digital developments are transforming the future and present of work. I had the opportunity to speak with the person in charge of coordinating teams in a company where they are already experimenting with the incorporation of AI tools. She is Jessica Janza, Vice President of Client Development and Operations at In All Media. Jessica has extensive experience in training and managing high-performance teams in the technology sector. And today, we're going to talk about a fascinating and very current topic: the introduction of artificial intelligence into software development teams. Welcome, Jessica.
Hi, Lauren. Very nice to meet you, and thank you for inviting me. It's a real pleasure to be here and share some ideas about our experiences at the company.
To kick off, I'd like you to tell us a bit about your role at In All Media and how you see the transformation that AI is bringing to software development teams.
Of course. In All Media is a global community-driven organization specializing in technology consulting, software development, and team augmentation services. As a customer enablement specialist, my primary focus is to develop cohesive strategies for our teams. You could think of my role as similar to a sport director, setting the overall game plan based on the team's execution and momentum. The emergence of AI has been a game changer, forcing us to reevaluate our team dynamics and strategies to adapt to this new landscape. So imagine the impact of AI in the workplace as if the rules of a sport change overnight, along with the size of the stadium and new team members. To continue the sports metaphor, this change forces a sport director to reevaluate, adapt, and change the internal dynamics and styles of play to ensure success.
Without a doubt, in all areas, we see that this technology brings with it a capacity for transformation that is extremely important. Here, we're very interested in seeing how the people directly involved in each field deal specifically with this. In your case, I imagine the difficulty lies in finding balance. On the one hand, not all processes can be automated, and on the other hand, people must be taken into account. In your opinion, what is the greatest challenge of incorporating AI into production teams?
Well, at In All Media, we believe strongly in training our teams to be flexible and open to new ways of working. Introducing new tools and methods can sometimes be met with resistance, but the truth is that AI has the potential to automate many processes, although not all. This is actually a positive aspect because it allows us to delegate administrative and repetitive tasks to AI, giving developers more time to focus on creative and strategic activities. As you can imagine, this transition requires a new management approach and a team culture that values both human creativity and machine-driven efficiency. It's critical that the team leaders and the entire organization recognize the value of working with AI. Achieving this transformation requires a collective effort from the entire team.
Okay, so the trick is to automate the most administrative and even the most tedious tasks so that humans can focus on what makes them an indispensable force, on more creative tasks. In this redistribution of work tasks, where many administrative tasks are automated, what will be the new role of the manager?
We envision the manager's role evolving towards a greater emphasis on emotional leadership and relationship building. Here's what I mean. Although AI can manage reports and summaries, humans are essential for maintaining team cohesion, fostering creativity, and ensuring that strategies align with organizational goals. It seems obvious that team management is going to change, striking a balance between human creativity and machine work. If we were to assign all management tasks to AI, we might assume that its decision would increase technical productivity by working around the clock and improving team efficiency. However, productivity without human judgment could lead the team in the wrong direction. The human touch remains critical to directing productivity towards the right goals, taking care of people and fostering synergies among them. We strongly believe that there is an emotional aspect that can't be automated. Ultimately, we value the human factor for its undeniable relevance. Productivity isn't just about efficiency. It's about about it's about where we focus our efforts. It's not just a productivity issue, it's a cultural issue and a matter of our aspiration as a species and human beings. Coherent roles, like that of a leader, are critical because they define the meaning of work in a digitally industrialized context. At Inno Media, our priority is to nurture the human element as production tends towards commodification. But what's the point if it doesn't reflect our humanity? What's the point of a production system without people, or where people are relegated to the role of consumers? This is not a new question. Just think back to the Industrial Revolution. The shoemaker, for example, was quickly overwhelmed by a system that flooded the market with shoes for everyone, or at least almost everyone. The product lost its meaning beyond its practical use. Eventually, the work of the artisan was redefined to focus on the dedication, detail, and uniqueness of the product. In a similar way, industrial products have had to find their meaning through storytelling, which is where marketing comes in, giving meaning to otherwise ordinary objects. While it might be possible to replace all parts of a process with machines of software, what will be the point? It's an interesting thought experiment. The real excitement is discovering what can happen when we automate the more technical aspects and make more room for something new. Of course, there's fear and hesitation during these items. They are exciting, confusing, amazing, and terrifying all at the same time. We often discuss how we can encourage, improve, and support the human factor within our teams. There will be undoubtedly be a period of transition, but resisting change is the worst thing we can do. In this context, management becomes the human ability to use productive processes to our advantage.
In recent years, a decisive factor for the work landscape has been the exponential growth of remote work. Can artificial intelligence also transform that? Are there fundamental and specific changes to those dynamics in addition to what you've already mentioned?
Remote work offers immense potential, especially with the help of AI. One of the main challenges of remote work is time zone differences and integrating different cultures among teams and individuals. AI can help bridge these gaps. Until now, language, culture, geography, and time zones have been barriers to team building. AI bridging capabilities can align tasks, perform analytics, handle administrative work, and potentially even organize a 24 production cycle. But that's not the most exciting aspect. AI can enable new levels of synergy, allowing companies to hire globally and tap into talent that was previously out of reach. It's easy to see how this could change the relationship between central hubs and remote locations, allowing companies to hire globally and tap into previously inaccessible talent pools. From a professional perspective, this would open up a global marketplace with more job and growth opportunities without the barrier of country of origin or language, as AI will provide support. Multiculturalism in work teams is incredibly enriching, and we value it at Inol Media. Ultimately, AI could revolutionize the way work teams are conceived.
Everything shows that the changes are substantial. I can only imagine the challenge this poses for those in charge. From your position of permanent team management, do you have any advice for managers in this context of deep integration with AI systems?
Let me think about it. If I had to give one piece of advice, it would be the importance of managers developing emotional leadership skills and becoming strategic orchestrators. They must be the first to understand and embrace the importance of the human factor as the binding force that unites the team. It is essential to establish a system of engagement with innovative productivity strategies and a holistic vision to integrate the various aspects of this new environment. Preparing managers for this new integration is essential, and prioritizing team satisfaction and well-being is as important as implementing new technologies. Ultimately, the success of digital industrialization should be measured not only in terms of task efficiency or speed, but also in the sense of purpose achieved. What's the point of technological progress if it leads to a diminished quality of life and relationship? As we embrace these technological advances, it's essential to cultivate a work environment that respects and values human contributions, uses technology to enhance our capabilities, and achieves a balance where innovation is combined with empathy and a deep understanding of the human condition.
Thank you very much, Jessica, for sharing your valuable perspectives. We hope to have you with us again.
Thank you, Lauren. I hope that our experience at Inol Media and our way of looking at all that is to come inspires others.
I hope so too. These were the experiences with the implementation of the latest digital developments in the work of Jessica Janza, Vice President of Client Development and Operations at Inol Media.
To dive deeper into the rest of this digital ritual episode, head over to Spotify. And while you're there, don't miss out on our previous episodes.
This is a Digital Pilgrims podcast, powered by Coderful, an Inol Media service management platform for remote teams. Subscribe and find out more at inolmedia.com. Digital Ritual, the urgent questions.